In this bulletin, OEM tactics to capture market share, new printer releases, and that Ninestar story that just won't go away. So what were the top printer consumable stories for 2023? Hello, I'm David Gibbons. It's very clear that our readers and website browsers are impacted most by what the printer OEMs get up to. We know that because stories about firmware updates, new printing devices and legal cases were the ones you clicked on the most during the year. So let's get started on number 10 and over the next 3 minutes go through the most clicked on stories of the past year. The state of the printer and imaging industry in Russia was of interest given the embargoes and tensions surrounding the country. Dr. Stanislav Malinsky and Tatiana Brezhnikova reported that while China's Phantom has captured a huge market share, the US-based HP has continued to make some sales thanks to grey market strategies. The number 9 story was news that Brian Stokes, the Australian co-founder of the global printer cartridge franchise Cartridge World, had passed away at age 74. Back in May, Ricoh and Toshiba agreed to terms and conditions to integrate the development and manufacturing of multifunction printers by mid-2024. Canon released 8 new colour laser printers and 3 new inkjet printer models back in February of 2023, offering a smaller footprint than previous models, meeting tougher energy standards, faster scan speeds and first page out times. Then, in May, China tech giant Lenovo released its new multifunction Z1 printer at a price of just $240 offering borderless scanning, printing costs at less than a cent per page. In March, HP released 6 new colour LaserJet series printers promising a lower carbon footprint with its new TerraJet toner technology using 27% less energy when printing. Coming in at number 4 was news about RTM World's Remax World Expo, which saw record-breaking international crowds visiting 400 exhibits over 3 days in October in Zhuhai, China. On January 23, HP finally sued 11 companies, mainly from Asia, over the misleading packaging advertising on e-commerce platforms like Amazon, made to look suspiciously like HP's packaging. This followed the IITC's Trisha Judge calling out the unfair advertising practices of certain third-party sellers on a series of videos for more than a year. In August, Ninestar Corporation filed a lawsuit against the US Department of Homeland Security with the US Court of International Trade. This followed the sudden and surprising ban in June on all Ninestar products entering the United States, accusing the company of using forced or slave labour. Now, at the same time, Ninestar also filed a motion for a preliminary injunction with the US Court of International Trade requesting a prompt suspension of the bans. Ninestar remains committed to correcting the record and restoring its legitimate business operations in the United States. And now we've come to the number 1 story. HP continues to issue silent printer upgrades that lock out the use of third-party printing supplies. During 2023, class action lawsuits were initiated in various places over the firmware updates. Environmentally friendly remanufactured cartridges are one of the targets of HP's firmware ROTH, which have been scientifically remanufactured and restored to their original condition. I'd like to thank Trisha Judge and Nathan Rees in the United States, Philip So in China and James Douglas in Australia for sharing excellent articles and videos on this global firmware issue. Sourcing quality products in China at the right price, written by UK-based Dennis Haynes, and It's Never a Dull Industry by fellow Brit Steve Whedon are among the top opinions and features you clicked on the most in 2023. Guaranteeing Great Colour by US-based Graham Galliford, along with his article The Role of Bill of Materials in Costings and Pricing, were on the top opinions and features as well. Well, those were the top stories for the year. Thanks to our writers and contributors from around the world, and thank you too. I'm looking forward to seeing many more of you this year, mainly as we run events in Dubai, Nairobi in Kenya, Lagos in Nigeria, Lima, Peru, Santiago in Chile, Sao Paulo in Brazil, and of course right here in Zhuhai, China in October. On behalf of our crew here at RTM World, I wish you a safe and prosperous 2024. I'm David Gibbons.